Good morning to all students. Good morning. Today also students will do the object in numericals. Okay, so till where we have done yesterday? What is it? Huh?
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, what is specific heat of ice, sir?
0.5 specific
Sir, of
heat of
steam?
0.5 calorie per gram centigrade.
Sir, fixed, sir.
Huh?
Sir, fixed, we have to take while problem solving.
I didn't get what?
Sir, we have to take this fixed value, sir, while solving problem.
Yeah, just like for water, 1 calorie per gram centigrade, how it is. For ice, this is fixed.
Sir, for steam, sir.
Huh?
For steam, sir.
Steam, we don't have a specific heat. No? Steam is for latent heat only. No? Steam is a gas. That gases will have two types of specific heats that we will see in the case of the gases.
Yes, sir, thank you, sir.
Okay, so gas is have a specific heat because if the gas is heated means pressure and volume both are changes. No, that's why gases will have two types of specific heat: specific heat at constant volume and specific heat at constant pressure. That we will see in further classes, right?
Sir.
Anything else?
No, sir, thank you, sir.
Okay. So let us so go with this. Note down this question, students. Shall we start, Amma? Okay, now please note down this question. 1 gram of ice, 1 gram of ice, 1 gram of ice at 0 degrees centigrade, at 0 degrees centigrade is mixed with, is mixed with, is mixed with 1 gram of steam, 1 gram of steam at 100 degrees centigrade, at 100 degrees centigrade. Find the final amount of
So can you repeat, sir?
yeah. Find the I'll repeat it. Let me let them write first. Okay. Find the final amount of steam and water in the system. Find the final amount of steam and water in the system. Okay. So
Repeat once
repeating, repeating the question. 1 gram of ice at 0 degrees centigrade mixed with 1 gram of steam at 100 degrees centigrade. 1 gram of ice at 0 degrees centigrade is mixed with 1 gram of steam at 100 degrees centigrade, right? No? Find the final amount of steam and water in the mixture. Find the final amount of the steam and water in the mixture. Same problem we have done yesterday. What is the final temperature of the system, Amma?
100 degrees Celsius, sir.
100 degrees centigrade means already we told that entire steam is not converted into water. Some amount of the steam was left. So they are asking that what was the steam left in the mixture and what was the water in the mixture. They are asking that. So first, okay. So let me write step by step, step by step. Okay. Heat required. Heat required to melt the ice and raise ice water temperature temperature to 100 degrees centigrade is yesterday we have seen that 180 calories, right? Okay. Heat required to melt the ice and raise the ice water temperature to 100 degrees centigrade is 1 calorie. So heat given by 1 gram of steam converted into water is 540 calories. Here required is 180 and availability is 540. That's why only 180 calories. This ice and ice water system is taken from the steam. So to get 180 calories, I mean to give out 180 calories, how much amount of the steam has to be converted into water? So here, look at here carefully, students. 540 calories of heat is given by 1 gram of steam. Okay, 1 gram of steam. Then 1 calorie heat is given by 1 by 540 gram of steam. So then 1 calorie heat is given by 1 by 540 calories. 1 by 540 gram of steam means to get 180 calories, what is the steam required? So to get 180 calorie of heat, so steam required is okay. For 1 calorie, 1 by 540 gram means for 180 calories it is 180 into 1 by 540. So that implies how much? How much? 1/3 only, no? Okay. So that implies that is what? 1 by 3 gram of steam. So only 1 by 3, 1/3 gram of the steam is converted into water. The left 2/3 steam will be there at least. So then what is the final water means? So final water is already 1 gram of ice is converted into water. And that water temperature is raised to 100. Already 1/3 gram of steam is converted into water means what is the final water in the system? That 1 gram plus this 1 by 3 gram. So then 1 plus 1 by 3 gram, that's equals to final water in the system is 4 by 3 gram. Then what is the steam? So steam means already earlier 1 gram is there. In that 1 gram of steam, 1/3 is converted into water. So then what is the steam left in the system? The steam is 1 minus 1 by 3 gram. So that implies the steam left is okay. Steam left is 2 by 3 gram. Okay. So then water is this one. So this is about the final water in the system is 4 by 3 gram. The final steam in the system is 2 by 3 gram. Got it, students?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Yes, yes. Okay. So once you look at that, everything. So I think till here it is clear, no? Till here it is clear. The same thing what we have done yesterday. See here, 180 calories is required enough, but 1 gram is converted into, I mean, liquefied means that is given out by 540 calories, but energy will be absorbed only 180. 540 is more than 180, but when 180 calories is given, temperature is raised to 100 degrees centigrade. By the time both this ice water and this steam system was at 100 degrees centigrade, same temperature, it is not possible to transfer the heat. Okay, so therefore, so to get 180 calories of heat, how much amount of the steam has to be converted into water? That is our question first. If 1 gram is converted, 1 gram is liquefied
Board
means.
is not cleared.
Huh?
Board is not cleared.
I'm reading now each and every sentence. I think light is not this one. And the chalk pieces are also different when compared to yesterday. Okay, I'll read each and every sentence, you can understand easily. Right now?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So, right, heat is, so here 540 calories of heat is given by 1 gram of steam. No? Understand this point. 540 calories of heat is given by 1 gram of steam. So then to get 1 calorie of heat means what is the steam that has to be converted means 1 by 540 gram. 1 by 540 gram of steam is converted into water, then we will get 1 calorie of heat. So to get 1 calorie of heat, this 1 by 540 gram of steam is converted into water. Then to get 180 calorie of heat, how much amount of the steam has to be liquefied? To get 180 calorie of heat, steam required is so number of calories into 1 by, so that is the mass of the steam to get 1 calorie, 1 by 540. So that's why 1/3 gram of the steam is enough to raise this ice, to melt the ice and to raise this ice water temperature to 100 degrees centigrade. So next 2/3 was left at steam only. Hence, what is the total water in the system? This 1 gram of ice is melts and that ice water temperature is raised to 100 degrees centigrade. That is 1 gram of water is there. And this 1/3 gram of steam is converted into water means total water in the system is this 1 gram of ice water and 1/3 gram of steam water. Totally 4 by 3 gram of water is there. And what is the steam in the system means out of 1 gram of steam, 1/3 gram of the steam is converted into water means what is the steam left in the system? So 1 minus 1 by 3, that's equal to 2 by 3 gram of steam. That's it. So this is the important point here. Okay. So 540 calories of heat is given by 1 gram of steam. Then to get 1 calorie of heat, what is the steam required? 1 by 540 gram. So for 1 calorie of heat, 1 by 540 gram steam is required means to get 180 calories, then how much amount of the steam required? 180 into 1 by 540. By using that, we got 1/3 gram. Simple mathematics, logic. That's it. Got it, student? All of this one.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So any doubts are there, you can ask.
No
Is
doubt.
it clear?
Clear, sir.
Okay, sir, but okay.
Yeah, what? But tell me what. What is the what bottom you can ask, please?
Nothing, sir.
Are you able to see this?
Sir, if you can reduce the light, sir, it would be better.
Lights done.
Yes, sir. Because of that, it's getting reflected.
Now, is it okay now?
It would be dark. Yes, sir. Now it's okay.
Okay. So right.
Yes.
Yeah. The next 14th one. 14th one, Amma. After this. 14th one. Okay. So see that 540 gram of ice at 0 degrees centigrade is mixed with 540 gram of water at 80 degrees centigrade. Okay, 540 gram of water at 80 degrees centigrade, the temperature of the mixture will be, so students identify that which is losing the heat, which is gaining the heat in this system, in this case, in this problem. Which is gaining the heat, which is losing the heat in the problem 14
Ice is
means
gaining
one.
heat, water is losing the heat.
Yeah, water is losing the heat. Water is already at 80 degrees centigrade. If it is mixed with ice, means the temperature of the water is reduced so that the water loses the heat. So if the temperature, if that heat is gained by ice, ice will start melting. So in that process, what is the final temperature of the system they're asking? First of all, heat lost by water. So till how long heat is lost by water means, so till the water temperature is drops to zero, till that instant, this is the heat will be transferred between steam, between ice and water. So what is the heat lost by the lost by water? Okay, heat lost by water. So Q1, let us say Q1, that's equals to mass of water into specific heat of water into changing temperature of the water. So therefore Q1, that's equals to mass of water is 540 and the specific heat of water is 1. The change in temperature means, so maximum the water temperature can be dropped from 80 degrees to 0 degrees. Than that it is not possible because already ice is at 0 degrees centigrade. So maximum fall in temperature is 80 minus 0. So that's why the heat rate given out by the water is 540 into 80 calories. Let it be next. Next, heat required to melt the ice. Heat required to melt the ice. Okay. Heat required to melt the ice. Q2 that's equals to here the phase is changing means I should take. So here the temperature is changing, that's why I have taken ms d theta. But here the solid phase is get converted into liquid phase means I should use this formula, mass of ice into relation heat of ice. So that is what is mass of ice they have given that that is equals to 540 grams of ice. Mass is 540 only, no? Yeah, 540. And what is relation heat of ice means 8. So observe clearly, this Q1 value, this Q2 value, both are equal or not? Both are equal. It means that water. So the heat given by the water is just enough to melt the ice. The heat given by the water is just enough to melt the ice. That's why what is the final temperature of the system is 0 degrees.
0 degrees Celsius.
What is, yeah?
0 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, 0 degrees Celsius. If the same question is asked, what is the final amount of ice and water in the system means then? On such case, so here
Ice is 0, water is 540 plus
ice is 0, water is
1800.
1080 grams. Yeah, 1080 grams. So the same question they may ask like this also. Okay. So students, first, what is the heat that can be lost by the water means the maximum heat given out by the water is this one. Water temperature maximum it can be drops to 0. It is not possible to have a temperature less than 0. So that's why when the temperature is of the water is drops to 0, what is the heat given out by the water? This one. Heat required to melt the ice is this one. Hence, the heat required to melt the ice and the heat given out by the water both are same means just this hot water is just enough to melt the ice. So by the time when the ice is completely melts, this hot water temperature is drops to 0 and this ice water is also at 0 degrees centigrade. So that's why these two systems are at same temperature. Hence, it is not possible to transfer the heat between the two systems which are at same temperature. That's
Sir,
the
what
final
is
temperature.
GAR, sir?
Board is not able to call her. Just a minute. Okay, so this is final temperature of the system is 0 degrees centigrade, and what is the final amount of the ice and water in the system means the final amount of ice is 0, ice is completely melts, and water will be, so this hot water is 540 gram, and the ice which is melted, that is 540 gram, total 1080 grams of water will be there in the system. So first you write this sum. I'll just read this each and every sentence. Then you can write it. Okay, na? Students.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
First line is heat lost by the water. Heat lost by the water. Q1 equals to heat lost by the water. Q1 equals to MW, mass of water, specific heat of water, and delta theta of water. Okay. Now at least we clear.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Right. So therefore Q1 equals to MWSW delta theta W. Write it this. Okay. Write it this.
Written, sir.
Yeah. So can note down this point also. The final amount of ice in the system is 0. Final amount of ice in the system is 0. Final amount of ice in the system is 0. And final amount of water in the system is 540 plus 540, that's equals to 1080 gram. 540 plus 540, that's equals to 1080 gram. Okay, so this is about some level 1 questions. Let us see few level 2 questions. Okay, so the remaining you can try it to the similar mode also. Let us see few level 2 questions. First question of the level 2. Okay, is it clear, guys?
Sir, level 1 fifth question on time is so, sir.
Level 1?
Fifth question.
Fifth question.
Yes, sir.
So right, so let us see that fifth question then. So they have given what to look at the question carefully. Fifth one, level 1. If a gram of substance at T1 degrees rise of temperature requires as much of heat, B gram of water at T2 degrees rise of temperature, the specific heat of the substance. So simple what they are asking means the how much amount of the heat required to raise the B gram of water temperature to T2 degree centigrade, the same amount of heat required to a substance of A gram, okay, substance of mass A gram to a temperature of T1 degrees. So then what will be the temperature of the substance they are asking? Okay, so that is about. So this problem, let us see. First of all, what they have given. So it will require the same heat as heat required by B gram of water to raise its temperature to T2 degrees centigrade. So first heat required to raise B gram water temperature to B gram water temperature to T2 degrees centigrade is so then Q2, let us take Q2, that's equals to mass of water into specific heat of water and temperature rise of water. So that implies Q2, that's equals to mass of water they have given B. Specific heat, let it be 1. What is the rise in temperature of the water? They told that it is T2. So that implies Q2, that's equals to B into T2. So that is the heat required to raise this water temperature to T2 degrees centigrade. So now what is the heat? Yeah.
Sir,
Heat
the
required.
question in my book is different, sir. In level 2, first question is different, sir.
No. This is not level 2 first question. Someone asked fifth question of level 1. That's what we are solving.
Okay.
Okay, na? So after this, we'll go for first question of level 2. Okay. So
Yes.
heat required to raise the substance. Okay. Substance temperature to T1 degrees centigrade is so then Q1, that's equals to, so mass of the substance into specific heat of the substance into temperature reference of the substance. So that implies mass of the substance they have given a specific heat which we would like to calculate, and what is the temperature rise in substance means T1. So what the problem they told that this substance and this water okay requires the same heat of same heat, no, in the problem they have given. So therefore according to that if I equate these two, so Q1 equals to Q2, so Q1 equals to Q2 means I can write A S T1, that's equals to B into T2. So therefore S is equals to B into T2 upon A T1. That's it. Okay, clear? Understanding the problem only the important thing here. What they are required, find the specific heat of the substance whose mass is A, so that it requires the same temperature, same heat to raise its temperature to T1 as the heat required to raise B gram of water temperature to T2 degrees centigrade. So to raise this B gram of water temperature to T2 degrees centigrade, how much amount of the heat that the water is requires? This substance is also requires the same heat to raise its temperature to T1. On such case, what will be the specific heat of the substance they are asking? Okay. So this is about the formula. So those who has asked, is it clear, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now it is go to level 2 first question. Okay, please copy this. Make it fast.
Sir, explain last step, sir.
No. This one. This
Sir,
one only.
after,
No?
sir, heat required to raise the substance temperature.
Heat required to raise the substance temperature to T1 degrees centigrade. What is heat required? Is product of mass and specific heat and temperature rise. No? Here mass they have given A gram. Specific heat value we have to calculate. Let it be S. What is the temperature raised in the substance means in the problem they have given that T1 degrees centigrade. In the problem itself they have mentioned. So that's why this is a heat required to raise the substance temperature to T1, that's equals to AS into T1. So just heat required is nothing but product of mass, specific heat and temperature rise. So many times we have used this formula in earlier problems. So this is about heat required. It is the same as that of this heat in case of water. That's why we have equated the both according to the given problem. In the problem only they have mentioned that both are same. We have equated that, thereby we got the specific heat of water ice. Okay, nothing, no new formulas in this. All the formulas which are all we already we have used this. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir, clear.
Yeah. So right, next coming to level 2 first question. So the similar level 1 questions you try it. Okay, the similar level 1 questions you can try it down. Level 2, see that level 2 first question. What is that first question? 4 gram of, so once go through that question number first, level 2. See that 4 gram of liquid A at 60 degrees centigrade mixed with 1 gram of B at 50 degrees centigrade. The resultant final temperature is 55 degrees centigrade. A mixture of 1 gram of A at 60 degrees centigrade and 1 gram of C at 50 degrees centigrade, resultant is 55 degrees centigrade. If 1 gram of A at 60 degrees centigrade and 1 gram of C at 50 degrees centigrade, the resultant final temperature is, okay. So this is there are three different liquids are there, A, B, C. They are at different temperatures. So A is at 60 degrees centigrade, B is at 50 degrees centigrade, and answer is 55. No, once check it. Answer, check the key once. No? That is problem is mistaken. So once see that second step, a mixture of 1 gram of A at 60 and 1 gram of C at 50, resultant is 55. Then in the next line is also they have taken the same, a mixture of 1 gram of A and 1 gram of C at 50 degrees centigrade. What is the resultant? Similar to the 55. They only mentioned earlier it is 55. No? Okay. So that's why instead of asking something where that problem is wrong. Okay. No need we can. So if they asked to calculate if 1 gram of B means, then we can calculate the value. But anyway, instead of typing, they have typed wrongly. That is, question is wrong. Next, go to the second question. So understand why the question is wrong. Already they have given that A and C are mixed together, resultant is 55. Again they are asked to find what is the resultant temperature. Again when A and C are mixed, even the temperatures are also same. Earlier A is at 60 and C is at 50, resultant is 55. Again they asked to find out if A is at 60 and C is at 50, what is the resultant means. Already once they have given that already value is 55. No? That's why we need not to solve that it is 50, 55 and already it is there in the problem itself. Understand the students what was wrong in it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So right, next second one, see that second question. A gas heater raises the temperature of 1 kg of water by 30 degrees centigrade in 10 minutes. How long it take the same heater to raise the 3 kg of oil through the same raise if the specific heat of water is twice that of the specific heat of oil. So once you look at here, a gas heater is there. That gas heater took 10 minutes of time to raise 1 kg water temperature through 30 degrees centigrade. If the same heater is used to boil the, what is that, or else used to heat the liquid of mass 3 kg, how much time it will be? They have given that the specific heat of water is twice that of the specific heat of oil. So it means that specific heat of water, that is equal to 2 times the specific heat of oil. W stands for water, O stands for oil. They have given us. So look at here, students. Okay, first listen carefully. In both the cases, oil and water are heated by the same heater only, no? Isn't it? Same heater. That's why the rate of heat supplied by the heater is constant. Rate of heat supplied by the heater means rate of heat. Okay, rate of heat supplied by heater is constant. So therefore rate of heat R is equals to, we can write dq by dt. We can write dq by dt. Got it? Rate of heat means the heater is applying dq amount of the heat in dt time interval. What is the rate of heat that will be supplied means dq by dt. At this constant rate, heater is giving out the heat. That heat is used to once to for water, and in second case it is used to raise the temperature of the oil. So if it is happened, then what will be the time to raise the oil temperature to some degree Celsius? So they asked that first, when water temperature, when water temperature is raised. So then what is the heat supplied? I can write dq1. dq1 that's equals to mass of water into specific heat of water into delta theta of water. So and what is the time it has taken dt1? That's equals to how much time, Mama? 30 minutes. Huh?
10 minutes.
Yeah, so that is nothing but 10 minutes. So it implies mass of water is equals to how much? Mass of water? Yeah, 1 kg.
1 kg.
Yeah. So remember students, here it is 1 kg. It is in SI system, means specific heat of water is also I should take in SI system. Or else if the specific heat of water is taken in CJ system, I need to convert this into CJ system. So that's why either of that you can no problem. So therefore specific heat of water means 4200 or let it be specific heat of water into what is the temperature raised in 30 degrees, no? 30 degrees. So then what is the rate of heat here? So this is the rate of okay, heat R, that's equals to dq1 divided by dt1. So that's equals to 30 into specific heat of water divided by 10. Let it be. Okay. So next here I am writing, observe clearly. When oil is heating, heating, so therefore heat required, that's equals to water. So therefore heat required dq2, that's equals to mass of oil into specific heat of oil into delta theta of oil temperature. So therefore dq2, that's equals to mass of oil means what is mass of oil? 3. Specific heat of let it be O. Okay. So and what is the temperature? Different temperature raised across the oil. Temperature, Amma?
Same temperature.
Oil temperature.
30 degrees.
Same 30 degrees only, no? Yeah, 30 degrees Celsius. So then what is the here time means dt2, that only we are calculating. What is the rate of heat in this case? Rate of heat R, that is equals to, I can write dq2 divided by dt2. As this oil and this water both are heated by the same heater, so it supplies the heat at constant rate. That's why equating the rates, heat rate, then dq1 divided by dt1, that's equals to dq2 divided by dt2. So that implies dq1 means 1 into specific heat of water into 30 divided by 10. That's equals to here 3 into specific heat of oil into 30 divided by dt. So that's all. So this 30 gets cancelled. Specific heat of water means that is equal to 2 times the specific heat of oil. No? If I substituted that 2 SO divided by 10, that's equals to 3 into SO divided by dt2. So therefore this is gets cancelled. So that implies the time required in dt2, that's equals to what we can write, 30 by 2, that's equals to 15 minutes. Why it is in 15 minutes means here dt1 is in minutes, no? That's why dt2 is also we will get in minutes only. If this is in seconds, then we will get the time in seconds. If here it is in hours, then you will get the time in hours. Okay, simple thing that is both this water and oil both are heated by the same heater. So the rate of heat supplied by the heater is constant. Rate of heat means dq by dt. So therefore, white heat required to raise the temperature of the water is dq1, that's equal to this. It was happened in a time of 10 minutes. Then what is the rate of heat when the water is heating means dq1 by dt1, that's it. Similarly, when the oil is heating means the rate of heat is dq2 by dt2. As this both the cases the same heater is used to heat up this water and this oil, that's why rate of heat will be same. dq1 by dt1, that's equal dq2 by dt2. Based on that we got time is 15 minutes. Hence oil will be heated up in.
You're muted, sir.
Sir, you are muted, sir.
Sir, somebody is muted you.
Sir, someone muted you, sir.
Yeah, yes. Now it is able to listen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So got it, Emma, this problem?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So please copy that.
Written, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so right. So next third one, try it. Third one. So let us see the third one. Once go through that. Question number 3. Okay, so okay, now have you gone through that, Amma? Question number 3. A copper ball whose specific heat is given 0.1, weighing 100 gram, is heated in a furnace until it attains the temperature of the furnace, right? Then it is dropped. Then it is dropped in 2 kg of oil, whose specific heat is 0.8 Celsius units. That oil is initially at 35 degrees centigrade. If the temperature of the oil is raised by 5 degrees centigrade, then the temperature of the furnace is. Okay, simple this problem is. Okay, simple, not complicated. So what is the, let theta is the temperature of the furnace. Okay, so Just a second, please go through this. Okay, we'll try to solve it back in a minute. Okay, so right there. So please see the sum. What is the mass of that copper ball? So that's why they have given mass of that copper ball M1 is equals to 100 gram, and specific heat of the copper ball that's equals to 0.1. So it is heated to a temperature of the furnace. Okay. So the temperature of the oil is raised by 5 degrees centigrade. Okay. So let it was at the temperature T1 is equal to, let it be theta. That value is unknown. Students. Okay. We don't know the temperature. This is nothing but temperature of. Okay. Temperature of furnace, temperature of the furnace. So now it is dropped in a oil whose mass is 2 kg. So mass of the oil M2 that's equals to 2 kg. So here specific heats are given in grams. No, that's why better to convert this kg into grams. That's equals to 2000 grams. Okay. 2000 grams. The specific heat of oil, they have given that specific heat of oil S2 that's equals to what? 0.8 Celsius units. So now what is the final temperature? So see here, initially it was at delta theta for oil, that is initially it was at 35 degrees centigrade. Its temperature is raised to 5 degrees, means what is the final temperature of the system? 40 degrees centigrade is the final temperature of the system. Understand? No? Initially oil was at 35 degrees centigrade. By absorbing the heat from the copper ball, its temperature is raised by 5 degrees centigrade, means what is the final temperature of the oil and the copper ball which was there? So this 35 already there, and it is raised by 40, means final temperature is 40 degrees centigrade. The rise in temperature of the oil, that's equals, they have given that final 5 degrees centigrade. So therefore the final temperature of oil and copper ball is okay. Final temperature is 45 degrees centigrade. So now in this case, use the same principle. Heat lost, that's equals to heat gain. Okay. Heat lost by this copper ball is nothing but heat gained by this oil. So heat lost is nothing but M1 S1 into delta theta 1, that's equals to M2 S2 into delta theta 2. So then M1 means I can write 100 into 0.1. Here this is important. What is the temperature difference of the copper means? This copper ball initially at theta. Now the final temperature of the system which is dropped in the oil brought is 40 degrees centigrade. So then what is the falling temperature of the copper means? That is nothing but theta minus 40. Got it all of you? This is very, very important. Okay. So that's equals to mass of M2 means that is nothing but 2000, and specific heat of that is nothing but 0.8, and delta theta of the second one, that is nothing but 5 degrees. So then we can write 10 into theta minus 40, that's equals to, here what can we write? So this is 0 gets 8, so then 1000 into 8000. So therefore 10 theta, okay, minus 400, that's equals to 8000. So then here we can write 10 theta is equals to 8400. That implies theta is equals to 840 degrees centigrade. Is there an option?
Yes, sir. First option.
Yes. Okay, that's the correct answer. Okay, simple amma. Students, they didn't given the temperature of the furnace and they didn't mention the falling temperature of the copper ball. Copper ball is heated in a furnace whose temperature is don't know, that we would like to calculate, or they asked to find us. Let the copper ball of mass 100 gram whose specific heat is 0.1 and it is heated to a temperature theta. Now initially it was at the temperature theta, that is nothing but temperature of the furnace. It is dropped in a oil whose mass is 2 kg, whose specific heat is 0.8. So by the time it is noticed that initially oil was at 35 degrees centigrade, its temperature is raised by 5 degrees centigrade. So if by after dropping this copper ball, this oil temperature is raised by 5 degrees centigrade, means what is the temperature of the oil? 40 degrees centigrade. So not only this is not only the temperature of the oil, so copper ball is also there in the oil. Final temperature of the system is settled at 40 degrees centigrade. Hence, the copper ball temperature is dropped from a value theta to 40 degrees centigrade, and oil temperature is raised from 35 to 40 degrees centigrade. The heat lost by copper ball equals to heat gained by this oil. By substituting that, we got theta equals to 840 degrees centigrade. So that is about this problem. So at last, we'll solve the problem number 8. Okay, so problem number 8. So student, is it clear, sir? All of you? Okay, na? Please respond, those who are there in online.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Chinmay, next Murali, Fahad Murali, Swami, Navya. Okay. Yeah. Yes, yes. Okay. So see that problem number 8. Problem number 8. Let's see that problem number 8. N number of liquids whose masses are M1, 2M, M2M, 3M, 4M, and having the specific heats S, 2S, 3S, 4S, and so on at the temperature T, 2T, 3T, 4T, and so on are mixed together, the resultant temperature of the mixture. So this is already we have seen this formula. Okay, what it means, if two substances of mass M1, M2, specific heats S1 and S2 are at the temperature theta1 and theta2, if they are mixed together, then what is the final resultant temperature? Means already we have derived this theta, that's equals to M1 S1 theta1 plus M2 S2 theta2 upon M1 S1 plus M2 S2. This is for two liquids. For if it is a third one is there, means then I can use M3 S3 theta3 by M3 plus S3 plus and so on. We can use like this for n number of liquids also. In a similar case, the same formula we are going to use. Already we have derived this formula in earlier classes. The final temperature of the mixture theta, that's equals to M1 S1 theta1 plus M2 S2 theta2 plus M3 S3 theta3 plus and so on upon M1 S1 plus M2 S2 plus M3 S3 plus and so on. Students, did you get this formula from where we have copied?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, already we have derived that the same thing. So coming to the final temperature theta, so therefore this is final temperature. Final temperature theta equals to what is the mass of the first liquid? M. Specific heat of the first liquid S. Temperature of the first liquid T. Plus mass of the second liquid 2m. Temperature specific heat 2s. Next 2T plus 3s. Okay, sorry, 3m, 3s, and 3T plus and so on, divided by m1 s1, m into s plus 2m into 2s plus 3m into 3s plus and so on. So then this can be written as theta equals to what is the term is common? M as T is common in numerator. So M as T is taken out here. 1 into 1 into 1 means 1 plus 2 into 2 into 2 means 2 cube plus 3 into 3 into 3 means then 3 cube plus and so on, we'll get n cube last. So next similarly denominator m into s is common. ms is common among the term denominator. If you taken out ms, what will be the first term? 1 into 1, 1 plus 2 into 2, 2 square plus 3 square plus and so on, we can write n square. This ms gets cancelled. Finally, theta is equals to T of what can I write? Sum of the cubes of n natural numbers. N of n plus 1 by 2 whole square. Okay, sum of the cubes of n natural number. This is so divided by sum of the squares of n natural number means n of n plus 1 of 2n plus 1 divided by 6. This is already, you know that in the lower classes, nothing new. This is the sum of the cubes of n natural number, n of n plus 1 by 2 whole square, and sum of the squares of n natural number, n of n plus 1 of 2n plus 1 by 6. So here what can I write here? N square n plus 1 whole square divided by 4 of n of n plus 1 of 2n plus 1 of 6. Okay, so here t is there. So here this n, this square, this n plus 1, this square gets cancelled. Here 2 and here 3. This 3 is coming to numerator. Then final temperature I can write theta is equals to 3 n of n plus 1 divided by 2 of 2n plus 1. So this is the final temperature of the system. Okay. So students, this is till here is easy only. How to transform this sum of the cubes of n natural number, sum of the squares of n natural number means already you know that is a formula. Sum of the cubes of n natural number is n of n plus 1 by 2 whole square. Sum of the squares of n natural number will be n of n plus 1 of 2n plus 1 by 6. With proper calculation, whole square means 2 square become 4, n become n square, n plus 1 whole square. This is square of this n, this is square of this n plus 1 gets cancelled. One n and one n plus 1 will be left in numerator. Here 2 and here 3 will be there with proper this thing. Then we can get theta equals to 3 by 2 of n plus 1 by 2n plus 1. Which option is correct?
Sir, into 2 we should not write, sir.
Into
T.
T, sir.
yeah. Yes, correct. Okay, 3t n of n plus 1 by. So student, is this clear all of you? Guys?
Clear, sir.
Okay, now any doubts are
Yes,
there?
sir.
Anything else you can ask. If you have any doubts, anything else further.
Sir, in option P is not there, sir.
Which one?
An option is not there.
options. It's okay. Make the correction, that is because all options are in n plus 1 means it does not represent the temperature. No? Both numerator and denominator there is no units, right? That's why mistake options are. Please correct that each and every option keep t in numerator. In each and every option keep small t in numerator. Okay, so then it is clear. Okay, then each and every option represent the temperature. Okay, so that is modified. Anything else, Amma? Students?
No, sir.
Okay, so right. So this is the calorimetry. In Monday class, we will start thermal expansion. Expansion of solids we will start. Okay. So we have done some objective questions on calorimetry, and earlier we have done some problems on thermometry, how to use it to transfer from and this thing. And one more problem is there. So coming to this one, solid problems. Yeah, see that problem number 3 in 1104 on a page. Problem number 3, which is already solved. Solved problem in page number 3. Students, in the starting day, one of the student asked, what are the examples on variable specific heat? Okay, so see, this is question number 3. That is an example of variable specific heats. So just to go through that question number 3, the remaining are the similar models of what we have done in the class. Okay, so you try the remaining questions. If not, then you can ask. We will discuss those questions which you didn't get. Okay, so Monday thermal expansion on that expansion of solids. Okay, so clear, guys?
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Yeah, so that is question number 3. You can go through that. That is only one question I asked. Question number 3 in the page number 1104. Okay, so okay, guys. See you on next class.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Right, Nana. Bye.